The Custodes, also known as the Watchers of the Throne, the Golden Brotherhood, the Brotherhood of Demigods. They are a legion of 10,000 superhuman warriors created by genetic and molecular engineering, as well as through the toughest known regiments of physical and mental conditioning known to man. They are to space marines as the Astartes are to normal humans. A few of them can challenge a primarch, and one of them was able to do so single-handedly. That just shows you how strong these guys are. So if you want to know more about them in detail, check out our video on their biology. Here we will rank the 10 most powerful and most acclaimed Custodes in the history of 40k. Let's get to it. At number 10 we have Diocletian Coros. So Diocletian Coros was a beast of a warrior even by Custodes standards. As a prefect, basically a shield captain during the Great Crusade and the Horus Heresy, he was one of the finest warriors of the Emperor's elite. He served under Tribune Ra Endymion, particularly during the brutal war within the Webway, where he played a pivotal role in organizing fresh imperial reinforcements to hold back the tides of chaos. When the final battle for the Webway portal erupted into absolute carnage, Coros fought shoulder to shoulder with Ra and the Emperor himself before managing to escape back to Terra. After Ra's fate, he became the last remaining tribune and took command of the Custodian Guard at the Imperial Palace Inner Sanctum during the Siege of Terra. There he stood alongside Sanguinius in the defense of the Eternity Gate, one of the most critical battles in the entire war. But as the demonic onslaught intensified and hell itself seemed to pour into the sanctum, Coros, like many Custodes, understood that survival wasn't the goal anymore. He sought a good death, parting with a grim farewell to Malcador before throwing himself into the fray. So in the novel The End and the Death, he also joined the Emperor in the teleportation assault on the Vengeful Spirit and fought demonic entities that were swarming in absolute darkness. Yet he survived and bore witness to the aftermath of the Emperor's battle with Horus. At number 9 we have Valerian. So coming from the current era, Valerian was a warrior of exceptional skill and unwavering conviction. As a shield captain, he earned distinction during the 13th Black Crusade, also fighting in the brutal battles of Terra and Vorlis. His resilience saw him push forward and later played a pivotal role in the Second Battle of Terra, fighting alongside the Sisters of Silence and the Grey Knights to slay a bloodthirster before Captain General Trajann Valoris led the final charge. His performance at the Lion's Gate was so exemplary that even Lord Commander Guilliman honored him with the ancient title of Hero of the Lion's Gate, a recognition that has not been bestowed since the Horus Heresy. Valerian's leadership extended beyond the battlefield. He was instrumental in quelling the chaos cults that rose in the wake of the Great Rift, personally eliminating one of their leaders. His true test came during the political upheaval between the High Lords of Terra and Guilliman's loyalists, where he fought and slew numerous Minotaur space marines who were siding with the renegade High Lords, ensuring that the Imperium remained in the hands of the rightful rulers. Number 8. Arrian Vespasian Macrina Porphyrius. Appearing in the Codex Adeptus Custodes 9th edition, Arrian Vespasian Macrina Porphyrius was the embodiment of patience and discipline, which made him a perfect fit for the Shadow Keepers, those Custodes who guarded the dark cells beneath Terra. But gaining entry there wasn't easy. He spent 1,000 days petitioning the Lord Warden Commander before enduring brutal trials. Even him winning the blood games wasn't enough to get in. He had to be something more. In the trials, he had to stare into the 9 eyes of the Soul Delver without blinking. He bested the 8th of the Skull without armor or weapon, and also resisted the whispered temptations of the Granter of all 6 wishes. Passing these trials secured his place, and for 183 years he stood vigilant over the dark cells, ensuring that Terra's deadliest prisoners remained contained. His only departure came when he personally captured the Sorrow of Carcalla, a feat that none had achieved. More than just a warrior, Porphyrius was a master of endurance, outlasting horrors that could break lesser minds. At number 7 we have Leontios Nickel Theodosa Galba. Another one appearing in the Codex Adeptus Custodes 9th edition, Leontios Nickel Theodosa Galba was a warrior of unmatched discipline and tactical brilliance, rising to become the prefect of the Solar Watch. His early assignments tested his patience, watching over the Ice Steel Citadel, eliminating 800 infiltrators aboard the Hallis Magna, and spending a century hunting traitors in the Halo Belt. When he was 200 years old, he entered the Blood Games, proving his strategic genius by winning this after 3 years. Another of his battles was against the Word Bearers, where he shattered their Chaos Icons and butchered Lorgar's sons. He then fought the Eldar Psychers alongside the Sisters of Silence, and later led a teleportation strike to prevent a Necron Tomb World from awakening. So his relentless efficiency and keen mind made him a model warrior for the Solar Watch, and thus why he is here in this list. Number 6. Caecaltus Dusk. Caecaltus Dusk was a formidable Custodes proconsul which appeared in the End and the Death, clad in Aquilan Terminator armor, and he was a key figure during the Siege of Terra. His unwavering loyalty and sheer martial prowess made him one of the Emperor's most trusted warriors. As the Battle of the Throne reached its climax, he and another one called Oscaril Ophite stood as the last sentinels beside their master. When the Emperor rose to face Horus aboard the Vengeful Spirit, Dusk was among the chosen to accompany him. Before departing, Malcador, the Sigillite, marked Dusk's armor with a sigil of saliva, an act that would later prove pivotal. Once aboard the Vengeful Spirit, Dusk and many of his brothers succumbed to Horus's warp sorcery and were turned against their own emperor, with their bodies and minds twisted by the War Master's power. He survived that, and he also even survived the Emperor's temporary transition into the Dark King, where his brothers died. In his last moments, he went and fought Horus. He defied Horus, standing between the Emperor and the traitor, only to be struck down by the War Master's dark energy. But even as his body disintegrated, Dusk endured. But then Horus, enraged, stripped away all 610 names that Dusk had collected over his long service, using those names to crush his spirit before obliterating him entirely. At number 5 we have Hasturias Calaxor. So this guy, Hasturias Calaxor, was a legend among Custodes. His martial prowess and strategic mindset earned him renown long before his transformation into a venerable contempted dreadnought. During the Siege of Terra, he held the Enlighteners' star against overwhelming traitor forces, personally leading a counterattack that saw the Dome of the Architects reclaimed from the Sons of Horus. His relentless aggression and precise tactical execution saw him rise to the rank of Shield Captain even as the battle still raged. He didn't just fight with brute force though, he fought with intellect, turning hopeless situations into decisive victories. In the years that followed, he became a terror to the enemies of the Emperor, slaying the demon Thograthalux on Thade, preventing a catastrophe on Terra, and leading the Virtus Praetors to purge the Starkeep magnificence. His keen instincts saved the Golden Throne itself when he eliminated the rogue assassin Shea before she could get too close to the Emperor. Even in death, Calaxor refused to surrender. His indomitable will allowed him to be interred in a contempted dreadnought, with his strength now fueled by unbreakable machine fury. Number 4. Amon Tauromachian. So this guy was one of the deadliest warriors of the Legio Custodes ever produced, a legend even amongst his immortal brethren. He was a member of the First Circle, the elite amongst the elites, and his feats throughout the Great Crusade and the Horus Heresy cemented his status as one of the greatest custodians in history. He was present at the triumph of Ulanor. He stood witness to the Council of Nicaea, and was so formidable that even Magnus the Red, one of the most powerful psychers in existence, acknowledged his skill. His strategic genius was proven beyond a doubt during one of the infamous Blood Games, a brutal test where the Custodians would act as would-be assassins trying to infiltrate the Imperial Palace to expose its weaknesses. Amon Tauromachian spent 10 months executing his plans, evading every layer of security until he came within striking distance of his target, likely the Emperor himself, before revealing his presence. During the Siege of Terra, Constantin Valdor tasked him with investigating reports of demonic activity within the palace itself, which is a grim confirmation of how deeply the warp was invading even the heart of the Imperium. In his duty, Amon went toe-to-toe with Korvax Autoblite, a greater demon of Nurgle, and slew it and tore it to shreds. This was seen in the novel called The First Wall. This just proved that Amon Tauromachian's martial prowess extended beyond just skill with a blade. He could take on Horus beyond moral comprehension and win. There are many other Custodes that deserve to be in this list, so many that it was hard enough to even choose the top 10. Anyway, here are a few notable mentions. We have Navradan of the Ephoroi, and he is one of the few to ever leave the Imperial Palace before the Indomitus Crusade, as the 10,000 made a vow after the internment of the Emperor on the Golden Throne that they failed their duties and they would forever guard the Emperor on Terra. He was one that fought the Dark Elder plans on creating a Dark Throne version of the Golden Throne. We also have Hayane Rimush, who battled and killed so many Hurud during a battle that he was left standing upon 100 meters of Xenos corpses. Mind you that these Xenos, the Hurud, had time-altering abilities. We also have Shield Captain Damelion from the book Duty Unto Death, who along with 5 other Custodians stood firm against an entire splinter fleet of Tyranids attacking a feral world, and they actually won. So now coming to number 3, we have Endymion. Endymion is a name that resonates with honor and tragedy within the ranks of the Custodes. He was born during the Unification Wars. Ra was taken into the Legio Custodes after his mother's execution by Constantin Valdor. He rose through the ranks to become a tribune, commanding the Custodians through the brutal war within the Webway. Ra's martial prowess was exceptional, even amongst the Custodes, and he wielded the Guardian Spear and Meridian swords with deadly precision. His greatest moments, and his most tragic, came during the war in the Webway when the Emperor entrusted him with the demon sword Draconian, which was impaled through his chest, and Ra was bound to the demon, and he was ordered by the Emperor to flee, carrying the entity away from the Emperor, for the fate of Draconian was to slay the Emperor. This act of sacrifice highlights Ra's unwavering loyalty and courage, and so though his ultimate fate remains unknown, he is likely dead, though. Ra's Endymion's deed during the Horus Heresy ensured his place amongst the greatest heroes of the Imperium. His story is one of duty, sacrifice, and heavy burdens borne by those who serve the Emperor. Number 2. Trajann Valoris. So this guy is the current Captain General of the Custodes. He is a towering figure both literally and figuratively. He has a scarred face and an imposing presence which makes him a fearful sight to see. But it is his combat skills that truly set him apart. By the time of the 13th Black Crusade, Valoris was widely regarded as one of the deadliest warriors in the Imperium, with some even comparing his prowess to the legendary primarchs. His rise to Captain General marked a shift in the Custodes' role, making them more proactive than they had been in millennia. Valoris is known for his strategic brilliance, having led numerous successful campaigns, including the destruction of the Space Hulk, the Mournful Siren, and the defeat of the Genesteal cult of the Emperor's Writhing Shadow. He also played a key role in strengthening the defense of the Sol system and predicting the return of Rubuti Guilliman, which is all thanks to a mysterious moment shackle that he carries. In battle, Valoris is a whirlwind of destruction, wielding the Watcher's axe with unmatched skill and wearing the Castellan plate, a suit of armor which is as formidable as its wearer. His leadership during the Second Battle of Terra and the Indomitus Crusade further cemented his reputation as a warrior nearly without equal, for there is one greater. And of course, that means Constantin Valdor. He is a figure shrouded in mystery and reverence, often considered the first and greatest of the Custodes. His origins are unclear, but he is likely to be the first to be with Malcador and the Emperor during the Unification Wars. His combat abilities are legendary, with some claiming that he could hold his own against a Primarch in single combat. That is Horus in his younger years. Anyway, his reaction time and skill are so advanced that it is said that he can perceive time slowing down during battle. Valdor's exploits during the Unification Wars and the Horus Heresy are the stuff of legend. He fought alongside Leman Russ during the burning of Prospero, where he single-handedly defeated 30 of the Thousand Sons' elite Kenitai Blade Masters, receiving only a single wound in the process. Valdor also played a crucial role in the Siege of Terra, leading the defense of the Imperial Palace and fighting aboard the Vengeful Spirit during the final battle against Horus. Despite his stoic demeanor, Valdor's actions reveal a deep sense of duty and a rare capacity of empathy for humans. But then his disappearance after the heresy remains one of the greatest mysteries of the Imperium, with some speculating that he may have become the enigmatic King in Yellow. And so with that, we come to the end of the video on the 10 most powerful, strongest, or most notable Custodes in 40k, pre and post heresy. So do hit that like button for support and to help us with the algorithm, and subscribe if you haven't already. Till the next time, take care, boys.